you realize there are 10 questions capable of stirring desire, creating confusion, and even planting obsession inside a woman's mind? They are not compliments, they are not shallow flattery, and they are certainly not recycled pickup lines stolen from the internet. These are weapons, questions with intention, carefully designed to cut through her emotional defenses and plant a seed she won't be able to erase. Because while most men spend their words talking about themselves, you will be the one who makes her uncover everything. Machiavelli understood this better than anyone. True power is never in what you declare, but in what you make the other person reveal. And a woman bonds far more deeply with the man who draws her into speaking than with the one who endlessly tries to impress her. These 10 questions might appear harmless at first glance, but beneath them lies something much more potent. They awaken desire, mystery, contradiction, everything her subconscious craves in order to begin idealizing you. This is not a video for men chasing cheap tricks. It is for strategists, for those who understand that genuine seduction is not about words spoken, but about what she feels in your presence. And feeling is the battleground where logic loses meaning and desire quietly takes control. So pay attention, because when you use these questions at the right moment, with the proper tone, and allow silence to be your ally, you will provoke what countless men fail to ignite every single day. This knowledge does not come from modern dating tips or prefabricated one-liners. It comes from the psychology of power, from the unseen game between influence, desire, and emotional control. These are the 10 questions that drive a woman into obsession according to Machiavellian logic. And with them, she may choose you even when she has options far greater. Let us begin. Most men fail at seduction, not because they lack looks or charm, but because they have no idea what to ask. They rely on predictable, safe, and boring questions. And safety has never been the birthplace of desire. You are not here to be ordinary. You are here to strike the hidden depths of her emotions, the places she never thought anyone could reach. To do this, you must ask questions that linger long after they've been spoken. From this point forward, I will reveal 10 questions which, when delivered with deliberate precision, have the power to awaken something fierce inside a woman. We start directly, without embellishment. The very first question is this: what kind of man has been impossible for you to forget, even if he wasn't good for you? This goes beyond curiosity. It is a silent strike into her emotional memory. You are not asking about her ideal man. You are asking about her wound, about the one who left a mark, not through kindness, but through the storm he created within her. Consider it. Almost every woman has encountered such a man, someone who made her feel alive, desired, conflicted. The chaos may have been destructive, yet it stirred parts of her no safe, predictable man could touch. By asking this, you are leading her back into that memory. You're summoning her shadow, the contradiction, the hunger for the forbidden, and you're doing it without judgment. With calm presence, steady gaze, and mature intent, you draw her out. Do you see the effect? As she recalls that figure, the emotions shift. Slowly, she begins to project them onto you because you were the one who dared to open that door. You were the man, unafraid to step into a space most others avoid. Questions like these cannot be answered with reason. They are answered through memory, through the body, through raw emotion. And when a woman speaks from that place, she never forgets the man who brought it out of her. That is power. That is influence. But remember the rules. Do not laugh. Do not criticize. Even if she admits that man was toxic or foolish, never correct her. Just listen. Respond with simple affirmations like, "That tells me something important about you. I like what you're revealing." Then give her space. If silence appears, let it breathe, because silence intensifies emotion. And above all, do not share your own story. This is not the time to compete with anecdotes. This is the time to allow her to expand emotionally while you remain calm, composed, and quietly observant. Let her connect your presence with depth, not with neediness. Now, when should this question be asked? Not within the first 3 minutes of conversation, but you also don't need to wait an entire month. Use it when some comfort is already established. A pressure-free walk, a slow evening on a couch, a quiet, intimate conversation. Never over text, it will lose all impact. This is not about collecting information, it is about creating sensation. And when you finally ask it, look into her eyes with calm steadiness, then let silence follow. When she finishes speaking, resist the urge to advise or analyze. Just say softly, "I think I understand you much better now," and smile. At that moment, you will have entered an emotional space that very few men ever reach. The second question is this: what's something you've always wanted to do but never had the courage to try? This is not just a casual inquiry. It's a blade hidden in velvet, because with it, you are guiding her to confess a suppressed desire. Every woman carries with her a secret hunger, a craving she silences out of fear of judgment, failure, or exposure. By asking this, you are not only showing curiosity, you are carefully peeling back her mask. And once she speaks, you have entered a territory of intimacy no ordinary man dares to reach. Why is this powerful? Because suppressed desires hold energy. They live in the shadows of the mind, pulsing with the frustration of being ignored. When you draw that out, you are not just talking, you're touching the part of her that aches to be free. In that moment, you are no longer just another man in her world. You become the mirror reflecting the woman she wants to become. But here is the secret. You must not laugh, mock, or minimize. Even if what she says seems impossible, respond with quiet strength. Tell her, "That's interesting. I can see how much it means to you." Keep your tone firm, measured, and sincere. Because when a woman feels safe enough to reveal her hidden longing, she begins to bond with the one who asked the question, the man who can handle her truth without flinching. Timing matters here as well. Don't ask this in a noisy place or over-rushed conversation. Use it when there is calm, when your words can linger and her mind has space to wander. A dim room, a late-night walk, the pause after laughter. These are the moments where her guard is down and her truth waits at the edge of silence. When she answers, don't rush to give advice. Don't tell her how she can achieve it. Just hold her gaze, allow her words to breathe, and give her the sense that she has been truly seen. Because a woman never forgets the man who sees what she hides. And that is how the second question turns curiosity into power. The third question is this: if you could relive one moment of your life, just to feel it again, which moment would it be? This isn't a random nostalgic inquiry. It's a deliberate strike into her emotional archives. Most men keep their conversations shallow, floating on the surface of daily life. But this question forces her to dive into memory, into the depths where emotions live untouched. By asking this, you're not only making her recall an event, you're making her feel it again, right in your presence. An emotion once reawakened does not remain neutral. It attaches itself to the person who summoned it. Why does this work so effectively? Because memories are never just stories. They're containers of energy, passion, joy, loss, love. When she recalls that one moment, her voice may soften, her eyes may shift, her body may lean closer. She's no longer speaking from the present, she's reliving. And you are the one who guided her there. The brilliance lies here. Once she shares this moment with you, she unconsciously links you with it. The warmth, the excitement, the bliss she once felt, it now echoes between the two of you. Most men bore her with facts. You are provoking her with feelings, and feelings are the foundation of desire. But caution, do not interrupt, do not fill the silence. Let her take her time. If her eyes wander or her voice fades, hold your calm. This is not about rushing, it's about allowing the wave of her memory to crash fully before you respond. When she finishes, acknowledge it with something subtle, something grounding. Say, "That's powerful. I can see why it mattered so much." Then pause. Let your words sink. Ask this when you sense she's ready to open up more deeply, perhaps after some laughter, perhaps in a quiet late-night exchange. Never over-text, never in a crowded setting. It must be spoken when her defenses are low, when the air itself feels intimate. Because once she gives you that memory, she has unknowingly given you a piece of her soul, and a woman never takes that lightly. The fourth question is this: what do you think people misunderstand about you the most? This question cuts deeper than appearances. It forces her to confront the gap between who she truly is and who the world believes her to be. Every woman, no matter how confident she appears, carries an inner frustration, something about her essence that others fail to see, misjudge, or ignore. By asking this, you are giving her the rare chance to reveal her hidden truth. and more importantly, to feel understood in a way few men ever allow. Why does it work so powerfully? Because most people long to be seen beyond their masks. Women especially live under constant assumptions, labels thrown at them by family, society, even past lovers. When you ask this, you're piercing through all of that. You're not chasing the surface. You're digging into the territory of identity, the part of her that screams, "This is who I really am." And when she shares it, she feels a surge of relief, like finally dropping a weight she's carried too long. The brilliance is this. Once she reveals it, you instantly separate yourself from the rest. You're no longer just another man trying to impress her. You've become the one who sought her depth, who dared to ask what others ignored. And the bond that grows from that kind of conversation cannot be replicated by flattery or charm. But timing is critical. Do not launch this question at the start. It must come when the connection is already warm, when she feels safe enough to peel back a layer. A quiet night, a slow conversation, the moment after trust has been built. This is when it strikes with precision. And when she answers, do not contradict her. Do not tell her she's wrong. Just nod slowly, let your eyes hold hers, and say something like, "I see that. I respect that." Simple words, but heavy with meaning. Because what you're giving her is not judgment. You're giving her validation, the kind that etches itself into her memory. From that moment forward, she will remember you as the man who truly saw her. And that, more than anything, creates a bond that lingers long after the words have faded. The fifth question is this: when in your life did you feel the most alive? This is not a casual question. It's an invitation for her to return to the very peak of her existence. Every person has a moment where time seemed to stop, where everything felt sharper, fuller, almost electric. By asking this, you're not simply inquiring about her past. You are making her relive that surge of vitality right in front of you. And the key is this: whoever triggers her most powerful emotions instantly becomes linked to them. Why is this question dangerous in its brilliance? Because the human mind doesn't separate memory from experience. When she describes that moment, whether it was traveling, taking a risk, or breaking a rule, her body remembers. Her heart quickens, her eyes light up, her breathing changes. She's not only telling you, she's feeling it again. And when she feels it in your presence, you become tied to that intensity. Most men keep conversations in the shallow waters of routine. How was your day? What do you do? These are forgettable. But you are different. You are asking her to touch the raw energy of her soul. And once she does, she cannot unassociate you from the feeling. But remember, this question requires patience. Do not rush her answer. Do not try to top her story with one of your own. Your role is not to compete. It is to draw her out. When she shares, hold the silence for a moment, then say something like, "That must have been incredible. I can see the way it still moves you." Your calm acknowledgement reinforces the depth of her words and makes her feel truly heard. Ask this when the energy between you already carries trust, when the air feels unhurried. Maybe after laughter has softened her guard, or when the night feels still and personal. Not in the noise of a crowded space, not through text, but in the kind of setting where emotions have room to breathe. Because once she gives you her answer, she's also giving you her fire, the memory of her highest self. And from that moment forward, you'll stand out as the man who awakened it again. The sixth question is this: if no one could ever find out, what's the wildest thing you'd do? This question is not meant to elicit a joke or a harmless anecdote. It's designed to tap into the part of her mind that thinks, fantasizes, and desires, but rarely admits, even to herself. By asking this, you are offering her permission to explore that hidden territory, to step just a fraction outside her own boundaries, and to associate that liberation with you. This is a subtle psychological power move. You are no longer just a man in her presence. You are the key to a space she rarely opens. Why is it so effective? Because desire thrives in secrecy. There is a thrill in imagining actions and possibilities that cannot be revealed. By inviting her to imagine the forbidden, you awaken her imagination, curiosity, and emotional intensity, all of which unconsciously attach to you. Often, a woman will laugh nervously and say, "I don't know if I should say it." Perfect. That hesitation is exactly what you want. It signals engagement, the spark of intrigue, and the silent recognition that you are trusted enough to step into this unspoken world with her. The beauty of this question is that the answer is less important than the act of imagining it. Even if she doesn't speak the full thought aloud, she has linked the feeling of daring and liberation to your presence. And if you want to amplify it, you can respond subtly with something like, "You don't have to say it. Just thinking it is enough. We already share it." That small comment cements a silent, invisible connection, a pact of complicity that she cannot easily forget. Timing is crucial. Use this when the atmosphere allows freedom, when the moment is private, calm, and charged with intimacy. A long walk, a quiet conversation, a pause after laughter. These are the moments where her imagination can run free without interruption. And once she has mentally associated you with that thrill, she will replay it in her mind, over and over, linking you to the excitement she dared to imagine. This is how the sixth question turns curiosity into magnetic attraction and leaves her thinking about you long after the conversation ends. The seventh question is this: how do you act when you start feeling something for someone, but you don't want it to show? At first glance, it seems simple, but its power is subtle and profound. This question exposes the exact moment a woman begins to lose control over her emotions, the instant when desire quietly blooms, yet she fights to contain it. You are not asking if she is in love. You are asking how she masks it, how she navigates the tension between what she feels and what she allows to be seen. That distinction is critical because it draws her into self-reflection while positioning you as the catalyst. Why does this work so effectively? Because it taps into a private theater of emotions, the part she rarely shares. When she answers, she replays her moments of attraction, every gesture, glance, and thought. If you have already sparked even a hint of interest, her mind will begin whispering, "I feel this with him." And the beauty lies in her own awareness of that shift. She recognizes that she is feeling something new, and you are the one who provoked it. The key here is subtle acknowledgement. When she admits, "I pull away or act cold so it doesn't show," your response should be measured, calm, and knowing. A simple smile or a quiet remark like, "Now I understand, you're already letting me in," communicates that you perceive her hidden feelings without forcing her to verbalize them fully. That combination of observation and silent understanding strikes at her mind, her emotions, and her reasoning simultaneously. Timing and environment matter. Ask this question only in moments of calm connection, when she feels trust and subtle intimacy. Avoid distractions, crowds, or surface-level interactions. The power of this question exists in stillness, where eyes meet, where silence can linger, and where emotions can unfold without interference. Once asked and received correctly, this question plants a seed, a quiet, unspoken awareness that you notice more than anyone else. And that subtle acknowledgement lingers in her mind, creating the kind of obsession that ordinary interactions cannot achieve. The eighth question is this: what man left the deepest impression on you, even if he is no longer in your life? This question is not about the present, nor is it about who she might choose in the future. It is a journey into her emotional archives, a gallery of moments, gestures, and encounters that left a permanent mark on her heart and mind. Notice carefully. You are not asking for a name. You are asking for the impact, the memory, the subtle yet unforgettable imprint. That is where the real power lies. Why is this so effective? Because every woman carries a map of experiences and men who shaped her emotions profoundly. By guiding her to recall one, you are inviting her to relive that intensity in your presence. And in doing so, you subtly allow her mind to overlay your image onto that memory. She begins to unconsciously associate you with the feelings once reserved for someone from her past: desire, admiration, fascination, or even the thrill of risk and chaos. The brilliance is in restraint. Listen carefully. Do not comment, judge, or attempt to compete with your own stories. Let her unfold the memory fully. Simple, understated responses like, "I see why that mattered," or "that must have been unforgettable." Acknowledge her experience without intrusion. Your calm, composed presence allows her to reconstruct that powerful memory while anchoring it to you. Timing is critical. Ask this question when she already trusts you, when the atmosphere is calm, intimate, and undistracted. Perhaps during a quiet conversation, a long walk, or a reflective moment together, never in a noisy or rushed setting. The question's magic is in its subtlety. It activates deep emotional resonance and leaves a lingering connection that ordinary men never reach. When she shares, she is not only recounting the past, she is re-experiencing it. And in your presence, she begins to associate that depth, that intensity, with you. This is how the eighth question positions you as someone extraordinary, someone who navigates the hidden currents of her emotional world. It creates an invisible bridge between past desire and present presence. And that, more than anything, makes you unforgettable. The ninth question is this: what do you secretly crave in a man but have never admitted to anyone? This question strikes at the intersection of desire and vulnerability. It is not about the obvious or the socially acceptable. It is about the hidden impulses, the unspoken fantasies, the qualities she yearns for but rarely allows herself to voice. By asking this, you create a rare opportunity for her to reveal what she keeps locked away. And in doing so, you position yourself as the one who can hold that secret safely. Why is it so effective? Because people long to be understood in ways they cannot express openly. Most men settle for surface-level conversations or try to impress with charm, but you are going deeper. You are giving her a space to explore her hidden needs without fear of judgment, and that alone builds a magnetic connection. When she begins to articulate even fragments of what she truly desires, her emotions become intertwined with your presence. She begins to associate you with authenticity, trust, and emotional risk, the very ingredients that spark fascination and attraction. Timing is essential. This question should come only when there is already comfort and subtle intimacy, a moment where she senses that you are not prying for your own gain, but genuinely interested in understanding her inner world. A calm setting, a soft conversation, or a shared silence creates the perfect atmosphere for her to open up. When she answers, listen without interruption. Avoid commenting, analyzing, or comparing her desires to your own. Instead, affirm her subtly. I see, that makes sense. I can understand why you feel that way. Your calm acknowledgement signals safety and presence, letting her know that her vulnerability is not only respected, but valued. The true power of this question lies in its ability to merge curiosity with emotional intimacy. Once she has revealed what she secretly craves, she begins to view you differently. Not just as another man, but as someone capable of understanding and holding the depths of her emotional world. That silent, unspoken bond is what makes you unforgettable. The 10th question is this: what part of yourself do you hide even from the people closest to you? This question reaches into the core of her identity. It is not about what she shows to the world, or even to her closest friends. It is about the secret layers, the shadows, the emotions she keeps protected. By asking this, you invite her to reveal the most guarded pieces of herself, creating a sense of trust and intimacy that few men ever achieve. You are signaling, without words, that you are capable of holding the parts of her she never lets anyone see, and that alone makes you unforgettable. Why is this question so powerful? Because vulnerability breeds connection, but only when it is safe. Most men never reach this level. They skim the surface, afraid of the intensity they might provoke. But by asking her what she hides, you are guiding her into a space where she can explore herself freely, knowing you will not judge or retreat. The emotions she recalls, the secrets she reveals, and the thoughts she exposes all become associated with your presence. You are no longer just a man in her life. You are a keeper of her inner world. The timing for this question is delicate. Use it when there is already trust, calm, and intimacy. A quiet moment, a slow conversation, or a shared pause can create the right atmosphere. Avoid noise, distraction, or rushed interactions. The question's impact depends entirely on allowing her emotional layers to surface naturally. When she responds, your role is to listen deeply and acknowledge subtly. Comments like, "I understand. Thank you for trusting me with that," reinforce the connection without breaking the delicate balance. Do not analyze or overreact. Let her feel safe and seen. Her mind and heart will link that experience with you, creating a bond that goes beyond attraction. It becomes a profound emotional association. By the time you have asked all 10 questions, you will have moved beyond ordinary interaction. You have guided her through memories, desires, secrets, and vulnerability. Each question has drawn her deeper, connecting her emotional world to your presence. This is the essence of strategic influence, the psychology of attraction, and the subtle art of being unforgettable. The 10 questions are not tricks. They are carefully designed keys to awaken desire, curiosity, and deep emotional attachment. And when used with calm presence, timing, and patience, they make you stand apart in a way most men can never achieve. What are your views on this? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I will personally read all of your comments. And if you seriously want to level up in life, don't forget to show some love by hitting the like and subscribe button. Stay strong. Until next time.